Drinking olive oil right before bed has become a massive viral health trend, particularly among older men. I am sure you have seen the videos promising miraculous overnight results, but here is the truth that might completely catch you off guard. The real question we should be asking is not whether olive oil is healthy. The real question is whether you are actually using it in a way your body can benefit from. I have met countless older men in my clinic who proudly announce they have started throwing back a raw spoonful of olive oil every single night. They tell me they read it was a magic bullet for their heart, their prostate health, and even their testosterone levels. While high-quality extra virgin olive oil undoubtedly boasts an impressive, scientifically backed resume of health benefits, simply drinking it straight out of the bottle before your head hits the pillow might not be the brilliant biohack you think it is. In fact, taking it completely by itself is often a missed biological opportunity. Pairing it with the right, natural ingredients can not only make it significantly more palatable, but it can actively support your overnight digestion and unlock nutritional benefits that most men completely overlook. Welcome back to the channel. I am Dr. Judy Geller, a board-certified urologist and pelvic surgeon. For nearly 2 decades, I have had the profound privilege of helping thousands of men navigate the complexities of aging, protecting their confidence, their vitality, and their overall quality of life. Every single day in my practice, I see firsthand how small, consistent, science-backed habits can completely rewrite the narrative of how we age. Today, we are going to look strictly at what modern medical science actually tells us about olive oil. We are going to explore why the timing might actually matter, and I am going to share one simple, highly practical bedtime combination that my patients find both incredibly enjoyable and biologically effective. Before we dive into the science of digestion, if you appreciate clear, unvarnished, evidence-based medical advice designed specifically for men who refuse to just accept aging, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I also want to hear from you directly. Have you ever tried the nighttime olive oil trend? Did you notice any difference? Drop a comment below and let me know your experience. Let us start by dismantling one of the biggest, most pervasive misunderstandings I hear in my consultation room. Far too many men treat olive oil like an over-the-counter pharmaceutical, a medicine they expect to produce dramatic, overnight results. I need you to understand that human biology simply does not work that way. I always tell my patients to think of their vascular health like tending to a complex garden. Dumping a massive bucket of water on the soil once a week does not magically transform the plants overnight, but providing steady, measured, consistent care day after day creates a robust, deeply rooted, healthier system over time. Extra virgin olive oil is fundamentally a food. It is extraordinarily rich in heart-healthy monounsaturated fats and powerful natural plant compounds known as polyphenols. These polyphenols act as your body's internal defense system. They actively help protect your microscopic cells from the daily, inevitable wear and tear caused by oxidative stress and systemic inflammation. Prestigious medical organizations, from the Mayo Clinic to Harvard Medical School, have long recognized olive oil as a non-negotiable cornerstone of healthy eating patterns, most notably the Mediterranean diet. The clinical data linking this specific dietary pattern to superior heart health and metabolic stability is absolutely undeniable. For men navigating their 50s and beyond, this cardiovascular connection is everything. I cannot emphasize this enough. Excellent circulation is the absolute foundation of your vitality. Your heart, your brain, your muscle recovery, and yes, your erectile function all depend entirely on maintaining a robust, healthy, unobstructed blood flow. Olive oil is not a magic potion, but consistently replacing dangerous, inflammatory, saturated, and trans fats with extra virgin olive oil is one of the most powerful, long-term investments you can make in your cardiovascular machinery. Now, let us address the timing. Where does bedtime enter the biological conversation? Many of my patients prefer taking their olive oil in the evening simply because it is easier to anchor it to an existing nightly routine. Others have found that consuming a small amount of healthy fat alongside a light evening snack feels significantly gentler on their digestive system than swallowing a raw spoonful first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. I want to be perfectly clear on the science here. There is absolutely zero robust clinical evidence suggesting that olive oil becomes chemically or biologically more powerful simply because the sun went down. What matters infinitely more than the time on the clock is making this healthy fat a consistent, daily part of a broader, nutritionally sound eating pattern. Which brings us directly to the title of today's video. If drinking a raw shot of olive oil alone isn't necessarily the optimal biological strategy, what exactly should you be mixing it with? One of the simplest, most clinically sound options is plain, unsweetened Greek yogurt. I know that combination might sound bizarre at first, but there is a brilliant, practical biological mechanism behind it. Greek yogurt is an excellent source of slow-digesting protein, specifically casein protein. Olive oil, as we know, provides a dense source of healthy fats. When you combine them, you create a deeply satisfying, nutritionally dense evening snack. This specific combination actively helps stabilize your blood sugar and keeps you feeling comfortably full. This prevents you from reaching for the inflammatory, sugary desserts or heavily processed carbohydrates that actively destroy your vascular health right before you go to sleep. Imagine your physical body as an engine preparing for a long 8-hour overnight journey. Instead of dumping in a single type of fuel, you are providing a perfectly balanced macronutrient combination that supports the entire trip. The protein from the yogurt provides the raw amino acids required for overnight muscle maintenance and repair. This is absolutely critical as men naturally begin to lose lean muscle mass, a condition called sarcopenia, as they age. The olive oil contributes the healthy, anti-inflammatory fats that keep the cardiovascular system running smoothly. Many of my patients also enjoy folding in a dash of cinnamon or a handful of fresh dark berries. These specific additions provide a massive surge of antioxidants and natural flavor, completely without turning the snack into a dangerous, high-sugar dessert. The goal here is not to invent a miraculous cure-all recipe. The clinical goal is to build a sustainable, realistic bedtime habit that actively supports your overall metabolic health in a way that you actually enjoy and look forward to. But there is another fascinating biological reason why mixing olive oil with the right foods matters so much. It involves a process most older men rarely consider until it starts actively failing them. It involves exactly what happens inside your intricate digestive system while you are unconscious. Understanding this vital nighttime connection might completely revolutionize the way you approach your evening routine. Many men operate under the false assumption that digestion simply powers down after dinner, but your body remains incredibly busy throughout the entire night. While you are sleeping, your internal systems are working overtime. Your body is actively repairing damaged tissues, meticulously balancing your hormones, and processing all the nutrients you consumed during your waking hours. This intense nighttime activity is precisely why I constantly urge my patients to critically evaluate what they are eating before bed, not just how much they are eating. Consuming a heavy, greasy, or highly processed meal late at night forces your stomach and digestive tract to work in overdrive. This disrupts your core body temperature and actively fractures your sleep architecture, preventing you from reaching the deep, restorative sleep phases required for testosterone production. Conversely, a light, perfectly balanced snack that incorporates healthy fats and slow-digesting protein is significantly easier for your gastrointestinal tract to tolerate and process. That is exactly where a modest serving of Greek yogurt, enhanced with a single teaspoon of high-quality extra virgin olive oil, fits perfectly into a longevity-focused routine. Furthermore, we must talk about vitamin absorption. Your body requires certain nutrients known as fat-soluble vitamins, specifically vitamins A, D, E, and K. The term fat-soluble literally means that these vital nutrients cannot be properly absorbed by your intestinal tract unless they are consumed alongside a source of dietary fat. Adding that teaspoon of olive oil to your evening routine is like providing your body with the exact key required to unlock the door to those nutrients. Without the presence of that healthy fat, your body will simply flush those vitamins away, completely unable to utilize them efficiently. However, I must issue a strong clinical caveat here. This does not mean you need to consume massive, excessive amounts of oil. In medicine and nutrition, moderation is almost always the healthiest, most sustainable habit you can develop. This brings me to a highly dangerous internet myth that I need to dismantle immediately. There are countless viral videos circulating online claiming that drinking several tablespoons or even half a cup of olive oil right before bed will magically flush toxins, cleanse your liver, or miraculously melt belly fat overnight. Let me speak to you as a physician. These sensational claims are absolutely not supported by any credible medical evidence. Your liver and your kidneys are incredibly sophisticated, highly evolved organs. They already perform a flawless, continuous job of filtering waste and detoxifying your blood every single day. Olive oil is a profoundly nutritious food, but it is not a biological solvent. It does not replace or enhance your body's natural detoxification systems. In fact, consuming massively concentrated amounts of pure oil all at once can have a severely negative, immediate impact. For many men, it triggers acute stomach discomfort, profound nausea, painful bloating, and urgent, loose stools, especially if their digestive system is not accustomed to processing a sudden influx of pure fat. In the realm of nutrition, more is rarely better. I want you to think of olive oil exactly like sunshine for a garden. The correct, measured amount provides the energy for the plants to thrive, but blasting the garden with intense, unrelenting heat all at once does not make it grow faster. It simply scorches the earth. Now, let us connect this dietary habit back to the physiological system that older men care about the most, your heart health and your systemic circulation. I want you to visualize your healthy blood vessels as a vast, pristine network of superhighways, efficiently delivering vital oxygen and nutrients to every single cell in your body. As we age, those highways inevitably suffer wear and tear. They can become rigid, inflamed, and less flexible due to a lifetime of high blood pressure, creeping insulin resistance, smoking, or decades of an inflammatory diet. Clinical research has consistently, repeatedly demonstrated that replacing dangerous saturated and trans fats with the healthier, unsaturated fats found abundantly in extra virgin olive oil actively supports superior cardiovascular health. And why does your cardiovascular health matter far beyond avoiding a heart attack? Because a healthy, unobstructed circulatory system is the absolute lifeline for your brain, your kidneys, your muscle recovery, and your normal erectile function. As a urologist, I remind my patients daily, erections are a hydraulic event. They depend entirely on healthy, robust blood flow. While olive oil is not a pharmaceutical treatment or a cure for severe erectile dysfunction, maintaining excellent, pristine cardiovascular health is arguably the single best long-term investment you can make for your intimate vitality. If you are looking to elevate this nighttime routine even further, there is one additional ingredient that many of my patients love pairing with their yogurt and olive oil: a small handful of crushed, raw walnuts. Walnuts are an absolute nutritional powerhouse. They provide a dense source of healthy omega-3 fatty acids, dietary fiber, essential trace minerals, and additional plant nutrients. When you mix those crushed walnuts into plain Greek yogurt and drizzle it with a single teaspoon of olive oil, you are not just having a snack. You are consuming a functional, biologically active mini meal that offers protein, healthy fats, and a satisfying, crunchy texture. The ultimate goal here is not to obsess over finding one single magical ingredient. The goal is to build a consistent, sustainable pattern of eating that actively supports healthy aging day after day, year after year. I must also address the reality of calories. If you are diabetic, or if you are actively working to manage your weight and reduce your visceral belly fat, portion control remains absolutely critical. Olive oil is undeniably nutritious, but it is also incredibly calorie-dense. A single tablespoon contains approximately 120 calories of pure fat. This caloric density is precisely why I strongly recommend viewing it as an integrated part of a balanced meal or a light snack, rather than treating it like a beverage to be consumed in large, unmeasured amounts by itself. Before you decide whether to adopt this specific bedtime habit, there is one final, overarching piece of the medical puzzle that many men completely overlook. It actually has nothing to do with olive oil itself. It involves the foundational, everyday habits that ultimately dictate whether any healthy food can truly make a lasting, physiological difference in your body. Here is the absolute most important medical truth I hope you remember long after this video ends. Absolutely no single superfood can outwork a fundamentally unhealthy, toxic lifestyle. I know that is not the exciting, quick fix message that the internet algorithm wants to promote, but it is the honest, unvarnished clinical truth that consistently leads to genuine longevity and vitality. In my practice, I have watched men in their 50s, 60s, and 70s make absolutely remarkable, life-changing improvements to their health and their physical function. They did not achieve this because they discovered one secret superfood. They achieved it because they adopted a system of simple, foundational habits and relentlessly stuck with them. I want you to view your health like constructing a strong, enduring house. A bottle of high-quality olive oil might be one very sturdy, excellent brick, but one brick cannot possibly hold up the entire structure by itself. The foundation of that house must be built upon regular, challenging physical activity, securing 7 to 8 hours of restorative sleep, actively managing your chronic stress, staying properly hydrated, absolutely abstaining from smoking, and consuming a wide, colorful variety of nutrient-dense whole foods. If you are considering integrating olive oil into your evening routine, please ensure you are selecting a high-quality, cold-pressed, extra virgin olive oil. To protect its delicate, health-promoting compounds, you must store the bottle in a cool, dark place, far away from the heat of your stove or direct sunlight. Use it deliberately as part of a balanced meal or a structured, light evening snack, rather than treating it like a magical, standalone supplement. Finally, if you suffer from gallbladder disease, chronic digestive issues, or if your physician has placed you on a highly specific medical diet, it is always wise to consult with your own healthcare provider before making any significant changes to your nightly routine. I am Dr. Judy Geller. Thank you for your time, your focus, and for trusting me with your health today. If this video helped clarify the science behind the trends, please subscribe to the channel and take active, informed control of your health. I will see you in the next video.